Coming up on UCF Nightly News, find out what a program at UCF is doing to help elementary students reach for the stars.
And one instructor is teaching his students self-defense at a bar downtown. See how men and women are learning to protect themselves.
And we'll tell you how students got a chance to learn another way to play basketball.
You're watching Nightly News covering the UCF community and the greater Orlando area.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Arnold Godoy.
And I'm Vanessa Rodriguez. Today is Friday, February 27th. 500 underprivileged students made their way to UCF's campus. The 5th annual Achieve a College Education Day was this Monday. Nightly News reporter Natalie Pellicetti spent the day with these students.
Today wasn't a typical day for these 5th graders. Despite living at or below the poverty line, this day was meant to show them college is within their reach. UCF cheerleaders and volunteers greeted the students as they filed into the Pegasus Ballroom. Jennifer Pritchard says seeing the 5th graders makes her appreciate the little things.
Volunteering last year, it really was life-changing in a way because I saw these students and saw how excited they could be about something that, they'd never seen before.
And when you come to UCF, you can't leave before you learn our chant. After opening ceremonies, they were out and ready to explore the campus. Students were able to learn about different programs at UCF like chemistry and art, but they also had first-hand experience on what it's really like to be a knight. From engineering class to learning about meteorites, these were just some of the cool things they got to do. But chemistry class really sparked their attention. Kelly Astro, co-founder of ACE Day, says it's rewarding to see students light up about college.
It's that spark in the eye, and it's just when they walk off this campus, and even when they're walking on it.
From the classroom to the reflecting pond, the fun didn't stop. And Nitro was a fan favorite among the groups. After a couple more classes, tired students made their way back to the ballroom. 5th grader Sierra Louverture says she can't wait to be a UCF Knight.
I already wanted to go, but now this is like an extra push.
Once a crowded room, now a virtually empty one. ACE Day has come to an end. In Orlando, Natalie Pellicetti, UCF Nightly News.
ACE Day is about showing the 5th graders that with hard work, college is achievable. If you want to learn more about this event, visit nightlynews.ucf.edu. This week, A Night in Orlando brings you more things to do, see, and enjoy around the town. And a new weekly event is a melting pot for dance lovers in the area. Native Social Bar opens its doors tonight for its first no-request event. DJ Phoenix Jagger says he and other local artists found success from getting to know the people who dance to their music. He says he came up with the idea to highlight both known and upcoming DJs.
Showcase for me every week, I want to showcase my friends. I want to showcase other artists that might not get a chance, or artists that are really good and that do get a chance but are still on the back burner.
Jagger says he improves his sets by getting feedback from the people on the dance floor.
Speaking of the dance floor, some students are using it for more than just turning up. One self-defense course at UCF went downtown, and I was there to see how the instructor used a unique way to teach his students to defend themselves. This may look like a typical night out in downtown Orlando, but it's actually a UCF course. The class is called Self-Defense for Women and Men, and instructor Junius Bradley brought his class here to iBar in downtown Orlando. He wants to bring awareness to his students by simulating real-world situations.
Just being aware. Most predators prey on people that are just unaware. You're not paying attention. Most of the time when the police does their interview, they'll say the person came out of nowhere. And that's what those bad guys are counting on.
He's teaching his class how to use clothing as weapons, how to respond to different attacks, and the importance of watching one's drink. Student Mariah Harshberger demonstrated a scenario where a man follows her to the restroom.
I come out the bathroom. He pushed me up against the wall and tried to choke me. And so I pushed back, and then he tripped me and got on top of me. I threw him off the top of me, and rolled him over and kneed him in the groin and ran.
Harshbarger says the real-world scenarios are very beneficial. She feels more secure after only a few weeks of taking the class.
I'm a little bit more confident in what I can do and how I can defend myself. I'm no longer going to be the damsel in distress.
Instructor Bradley plans to bring the students to other places, such as a parking garage, hotel, and elevators, to show them situations that could occur at these locations. Now, this is actually a course, which means these students are getting credit to learn how to defend themselves, and it is offered during the fall and spring semesters. But yeah, it's such a cool idea, right? And now, I mean, if they decide to go out this weekend downtown, they're a little more prepared.
You know, guys, I'm thinking to go downtown this weekend, but I heard that it was a little chilly. Tom, what can you tell us about the weather?
Well, Vanessa, if you're looking to go downtown this evening, you might want to put on a light sweater. It could be a little chilly. We had a cold start this morning, and it looks like it's going to stay chilly all throughout today. The current temperature is 63 degrees, so make sure you bundle up when you go outside. The humidity right now is around 62%, and we are looking at some partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of rain. And it's going to be pretty windy outside as well. We're looking at 10 to 12 mile-an-hour winds.
Thanks, Tom. Now Bree McNaught is here to give us a look at what's going on around the country. Bree?
Thanks, Vanessa. If you're looking to brave those chilly temperatures and hit the theme parks this weekend, you might want to bring some extra cash. Universal Orlando recently announced an increase in ticket prices. Park officials say they are raising the prices for a one-day single-park adult ticket from $92 to $96. A one-day two-park ticket is making an even bigger jump from $128 to $136. TV's longest-running reality competition series is celebrating its 15th anniversary. Survivor aired the 30th season premiere on Wednesday night. Since the show's premiere back in 2000, 460 contestants have participated in the show. Last season averaged 11.42 million viewers. Some people get so creative with emojis, and now they're going to have even more to choose from. App creators just released 300 new emojis. Now users can be more personal with 6 different skin tones to choose from. There will also be 32 more flags in the collection. These emojis will be available with the iOS 8.3 update coming out soon. Yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life is not for you this summer. Disney's Magic Kingdom ride, the Pirates of the Caribbean, is closing down in May. Disney says the reason behind this temporary closing is to make renovations to the ride. But don't worry, pirate fans, the ride will be back open up in September. That's all I have for national news, guys. Back to you, Vanessa and Arnold.
Thanks, Bree. Coming up next on Nightly News, find out the do's and don'ts of getting that spring break body.
And we'll tell you what popular tradition at an Orlando hotspot is coming to an end next.
SeaWorld visitors can expect to see some changes to a park tradition. Officials say they have temporarily closed the popular Dolphin Cove. When the attraction opens back up in March, SeaWorld officials say guests are no longer able to feed the dolphins. The park replaced the feeding program with an educational overview and a 3 to 5 minute personal interaction with the mammals. Here, guests will also be able to touch the dolphins and get a photo. You're drinking, you're dancing, and now you can dine. The Knight's Grub restaurant made its debut last Friday at Knight's Pub. It offers sliders tacos, and even daily specials like a grilled mac and cheese sandwich. It also offers takeout and is even working on a delivery option.
Eric Ramos, a Blackstone Launchpad Fellow, developed UCF's newest social app to connect students. The Bubble app allows Knights to network, find friends, and party at UCF. The Launchpad hosted an information session on the app early this afternoon. And spring break is right around the corner, so many students are trying to shed a few pounds before they shed their winter coats. Nightly News reporter Melissa Murray explains the risks behind crash diets.
The UCF Recreation and Wellness Center is one of the most popular places to be on campus right now. Spring break is only 1 week away, and students are getting in those last-minute workouts to get those beach bodies ready.
Cutting calories, hitting the gym, and counting down the days. This is how some students prepare for spring break. But what is this quick fix really doing to your body? One local health professional says you'll notice a change after vacation.
When you lower your calories, your metabolism drops down to match that. So you actually will not be burning very many calories. So when you go off of the plan, if you start eating again, you actually will gain some of the weight back.
Some students made plans to work together to get in shape, but the mid-semester slump made it hard to stay committed.
When we got back from winter break, we're like, okay, we're gonna go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, start doing cardio, eat at home. And we stuck to that for about a week and a half, and then it was a little bit more sporadic. We started going out a little bit, like start skipping the gym for different reasons.
Instead of dieting, Lauren Popek suggests maintaining a healthy lifestyle. She says pairing the gym with one superfood is the key to success.
Get regular exercise. That helps you to burn calories and keep your metabolism stoked, but also eating a lot of fiber. So fiber is the #1 thing you can add to your diet.
25 to 35 grams of fiber is recommended each day. Foods like fruits, veggies, and beans can help you get your daily servings.
Students can see dietitians on campus to talk about ways to stay healthy, and the Rec and Wellness Center also offers personal trainers. In Orlando, Melissa Murray, UCF Nightly News.
OPEC says consistency is key to staying healthy. Any diet and exercise change should be maintained for life to see the best results. Coming up, Allison Henning will join us with your sports update.
And some students are facing new heights to build a better bond. Find out how after the break.
Allison Henning here with your sports update. UCF Softball breaking records on the diamond. The team is off to its best start in school history. 2 standout players helping lead the Lady Knights to its spot as number 17 in the nation.
Most programs have a number 1, number 2, but we truly have 2 number 1s.
Mackenzie Otis and Shelby Turnier, a dynamic duo. 1 team, 2 number 1 pitchers. Mackenzie is a senior pitching her last season as a Lady Knight. Her coach Renee Lurs Gillespie says her talent is undeniable and she continues to grow.
She was dominating as a freshman. She was our number 1 from the very first day she stepped on campus.
Mackenzie started her season off on the right foot, throwing her 4th career no-hitter, tying the school record.
It just kind of, gave me confidence to just keep playing really hard this season, and I knew that like me and Shelby duo on the mound where I think we're going to be good, and so far we've been able to take our team far, and hopefully it just continues.
Junior Shelby Turnier making records of her own. She became the first Knight in program history to be named National Pitcher of the Week.
Came in as a freshman and she was determined to knock Mac off the number 1 spot.
It may seem like an in-house rivalry, but the girls say it's just a competitive driver to do their best. The 2 pitchers think they balance each other out on the circle.
When I go out on the mound, I really try to attack the hitters. And I think that she goes out there with a little bit more quiet confidence about herself.
And although they may approach the mound differently, they share the same passion for pitching.
The team knows that, we both have their backs, and it just allows them, I think, to feel comfortable and play behind us. And we give them our all, and they give us their all as well.
Right now, the Knights are 12-2 on the season. They face Princeton today at 4 p.m., followed by Iowa at 6:30 p.m. at the UCF Softball Complex. And the UCF men's golf team continues its journey to the NCAA Regionals today at Sawgrass Country Club. The Knights working hard at practice since struggling during their last event in Gainesville. Rain or shine, the team continues making progress on and off the course. Coach Bryce Waller says making good decisions is important now more than ever.
This is our time. We have to play well now. We have to do our job, and we have to have a great attitude as we do it, and that's what I'm really looking for from our team.
The Knights teed off in round 1 earlier today. The 54-hole event ends this Sunday. You can follow their progress on UCFKnights.com. And UCF held its first wheelchair basketball tournament this week. Reporter Bree McNaught tells us how this tournament is bringing awareness to another way of playing basketball.
A simple move like dribbling a basketball can be more difficult when you have to focus on wheeling yourself and dribbling. On Wednesday, UCF students got the chance to find out for themselves. Program Director Andrea Sneed says this program gives students the chance to actually put themselves in someone else's wheelchair and play basketball.
We do want to bring awareness for able-bodied students to understand how it is for a student with a physical impairment to play a sport, and we want to put them kind of in their shoes.
In basketball, one of the simplest shots is a layup, where you just use your arm strength and leg strength to put the ball in the basket. However, when you are forced to sit down in a wheelchair and take away your leg strength, one of the most simple shots becomes one of the most difficult shots. Avid basketball player Greg Metzger found it very difficult to play in a wheelchair.
Walking and just shooting normally, you would think, oh, I can get in a wheelchair and just do this, but no, it's a lot more upper body strength, and it takes so much effort to get one shot up and get around a defender, and it's incredible how they can do it.
Andrea says the Rec and Wellness Center is trying to make the equipment more accessible by adding an exclusive recreation area. In Orlando, Bree McNaught, UCF Nightly News.
To get more information about UCF's adaptive and inclusive programs, visit our website at nightlynews.ucf.edu. That's it for sports. Arnold and Vanessa, back to you.
Thank you, Allison. Up next, Nightly News takes a look at a new month of celebration as Black History Month comes to an end.
And Tom Ebel joins us with our final weather forecast. Stay with us.
Welcome back. If you're looking for a different way to challenge yourself and bond with your team, you might want to try a 40 feet climb above the ground. Students ventured out to the Rec and Wellness Challenge course for the open night climb on Tuesday. Groups like Knights Go Pink, the UCF Breast Cancer Awareness Organization, went out for a little team building. Sarah Kotler believes this course is a great way to get to know each other on a different level.
You had to like really rely on each other, hold on to each other. I know like we went up in teams and partners of 2, so you like talked each other through it. We were like, how was your day? Like, what's your major? Just like talking each other through it. So there was definitely some, like, we weren't friends before, we're definitely friends now.
Groups of 8 or more can request a day, or a half day, or a full day of programs based off of what they want to accomplish. The next open night climb will be on April 8th.
And about an hour ago, UCF engineering students tried to break the Guinness World Record for most high fives at Memory Mall. Hundreds of students attempted to break the Guinness World Record, but fell short. The line was ended by special guest Alex Pring, the 6-year-old boy who received a prosthetic arm built by UCF engineering students last summer. The event was sponsored by Microsoft and OneNote. As Black History Month comes to an end, a new month of celebrations is about to begin. March is National Women's History Month, and starting next week, UCF will celebrate by paying tribute to women from our very own university. The Center for Success of Women faculty will share stories from 31 women, one for each day in March.
And now Tom Ebel is back to give us a look at the weather.
How's it looking for this weekend, Tom?
Thanks, Vanessa and Arnold. Well, if you take a look at the state temperatures right now, Tallahassee is about 61. Same with the City Beautiful here in Orlando. It's at 61 as well. Down in Naples, Miami, we're looking at about 75 in the 70s. Nothing too out of the ordinary. If we take a look at our national heat map, however, you get to see how Florida is in the red, yellowish area. You'd think that'd be hot, but we're actually in the high 60s, high 70s, low 60s. And if you look up north, that's where they're getting pummeled by snow, sleet, rainy icy conditions. It's in the zeros, -10s even. Let's take a look at the national weather conditions along with how hot and cold it's been around the country. If you look up north, I mentioned how we were in the zeros, -10s up there in Michigan and Illinois. It's still a little bit of snow down here in Florida. We got a little bit of rain, but going back to the Northeast, they got pummeled last week by snow. We looked at about 8 feet of snow. Now, I actually saw a story about a guy in Massachusetts who's actually selling snow for $89. If you could believe it, it's about 12 snowballs. I would never buy it. Us Floridians, what do we need snow for? But let's take a look at the 5-day forecast, what we got going on for this week. This Saturday upcoming, 76 and 64. So Vanessa and Arnold, if you're looking to go downtown, be careful. It's a 40% chance of rain. Also with Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be back in the 80s, and it's going to be a nice week. You know, this past week we saw up and down, you know, how it'd be cold in the 60s and then back in the 80s. So this upcoming week, rain on Monday, but this upcoming Tuesday, we've got sun and 0% chance of rain. Vanessa and Arnold, back to you guys.
Thank you, Tom. I love snow. I'm from up north, so I wouldn't mind buying a little bit of snow for myself.
You know, Arnold, I actually have never seen snow. I've lived in Florida for 24 years, never seen snow.
That's too long.
I know.
But, I mean, that's all the time we have for now.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check us out online at nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And be sure to join us again next week. Until then, have a great weekend.